Hey everybody, this is Kelly, and I just want to thank you guys for being here. And I'm going to do a little overview before it really starts tomorrow morning with our first video posts. Okay, and my hopes is that it makes the information that we give you more complete. Okay, so that you're more informed as each individual essential oil is coming at you. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit longer than 3 minutes because it's really hard to condense everything about pain into a very short time because it's a very complicated system that includes inflammation. We have to discuss inflammation so that we understand pain. Okay, so with that in mind, um, I need you guys to understand that inflammation is what causes pain. Okay, it is the source of all pain, and so um, literally, pain that makes pain a symptom, not a disease. Chronic pain is a symptom of something worse. It is not a disease that we're trying to help. Okay, um, so the immune response that can cause our pain is actually a very natural body biological process, and we have to have it because the purpose of healthy inflammation is to prevent the breakdown of our body tissues due to pathogens or injury. So that means that inflammation is not an infection. It is a symptom of a possible infection. Okay? So, um, yeah. So literally the healthy immune response, or I'm sorry, the healthy inflammation response um, actually triggers the immune system to bring in plasma and white blood cells, leukocytes, to the area that has been compromised or hurt or damaged. Okay. In a healthy situation, that plasma and leukocytes, along with the inflammation process, literally just clears up the tissue, cleans the cells that were damaged, and removes any harmful stimuli, such as, the pathogen, the irritant, the allergen, infection, whatever it is. So that's how it's supposed to work. And we get a little bit of pain to let us know that, hey, something's wrong and it needs to be fixed. So either the body can fix it, keep up with it, or we go get a little help, um, say with On Guard, and it helps the body fix itself. So, all done. The um, process completes itself, everything goes back to normal, and we're ready, you know, for the rest. I'm not sure if I really like my new haircut here. Sorry. so, um, so what happens with inflammation that goes above this healthy innate immune response that we just discussed? That's when we get into the chronic situation. Okay, and there's two ways that our body is going to go from healthy inflammation response to not a healthy inflammation response. Number one is the trauma that takes place it overwhelms the innate and therefore triggers the response to stay high. Okay, that causes problems. That's chronic. Then the second way is the body actually misidentifies healthy tissue for not healthy tissue and begins to attack it consistently and regularly until it feels it's fixed it, even though it's not broken. That is the definition of an autoimmune disease. So, as we're talking inflammation and pain, remember autoimmune disease is a disease that our immune system has misidentified something to uh, for, misidentified it as unhealthy and starts to attack it. Okay, thus chronic pain starts to develop because the chronic inflammation that happens in that process. So those are the two ways the body actually develops um, from our healthy innate immune response to inflammation or for inflammation to a chronic scenario. Chronic scenarios are always bad and they cause damage to our tissues. So we need to interrupt the inflammation response when it's in that chronic. Okay, I hope that all makes sense. And so acute is very short term and the healthy response. Okay, it does what it's supposed to do, everything goes back to normal, life is good. Chronic is very long term, can be from mild to severe, and it just, our body's unable to keep up with it, or it's misidentified healthy for not healthy. All right. So, um, chronic is our gateway to all kinds of diseases, pain, including cancers and um, simple things to acne. Um, I wrote it down. And allergies. So, excuse me. So, how do we regulate this chronic immune system or inflammation response? Well, we have a hormone that comes from our adrenal gland. It's called cortisol. Cortisol is our strongest chemical in our body for anti-inflammatory. So it does not cause inflammation, it stops inflammation. All right, now cortisol is also the hormone that we call the stress hormone because it triggers our fight and flight. So let's look at this at the adrenal gland where the cortisol comes from. Okay, if that adrenal glands are not feeling well, if they're congested, if um, they're fatigued, then they obviously cannot do the job appropriately for what we need. Okay, now if we are lacking cortisol, that means we don't have enough to keep um, a natural anti-inflammatory circulating in our body to help with this. So therefore, inflammation is going to increase greatly. Now, let's say that these issues are the opposite. They're causing too much cortisol. So we're staying at a high range of cortisol continuously in our blood. Well, that's not good because that keeps us in that high stress fight or flight. And we know that stress causes disease. So if we're staying at that heightened cortisol, the anti-inflammatory is almost moot because the stress of fight or flight is causing excess inflammation all throughout the body. So we need to work and keep our adrenal glands clean and healthy and help our bodies help itself in this area naturally so that it can do its job optimally. Optimally means that a trauma happens, we have a healthy immune response, it comes up to take care of that immune response. When it's taken care of, it goes down, fight or flights, back to normal, everything works better. If it's too high, again, we're back in that stress, and so we need to help with the adrenal glands so that we are balanced when it comes to the release of the cortisol, thus keeping us in the end less inflammation throughout our body and allowing that cortisol to fall back down to normal so that our body can utilize the rest mode, okay? As long as cortisol is high, the melatonin that allows us to sleep cannot be secreted. So, another reason when our cortisol stays high, we can't get rest because it's the opposite of the melatonin. We have to have the cortisol down for the melatonin to work. So you can start to see how everything is so connected. So, um, so that was all about the inflammation, where it's coming from, what's controlling it, and how we can help naturally using the essential oils and the supplements and nutrition to regulate and keep our adrenal glands healthy. Now, so let's say we're in a chronic pain situation. With what I just told you, you know that you have chronic inflammation. So, just real quick, according to the National Institute of Health National Pain Consortium, 1/3 of American population is in a significant chronic pain situation. 1/3 of us. That's crazy. Crazy number. That number creates a 560 to $635 billion industry for trying to control pain for people. That's incredible. So that medical cost is a major issue because that makes it hard for everyone to afford. When everyone can't afford, then they're living in pain. Pain starts to cause the processes of depression, manifesting into lack of purpose, addictions, frustrations, anger, helplessness, hard time holding on to a job. Anytime we're messing with finances, that's going to mess with our body balance as well, emotionally and physically. So pain is an issue that is causing issues, and it is only a symptom that is being created as a disease when it's not a disease. We have to understand that it's a symptom of something worse, so we have to go beyond that. Beyond that is inflammation and finding the source of that. So, pain has 5 classifications. You have acute, that is short-lived, caused by a specific trigger or event, period. Allows for the healthy inflammation response to occur. If nothing is overwhelmed, then it should take care of it on its own. We have chronic, that's ongoing. It is mild to intense. Third way is to classify is nociceptive, which includes somatic or visceral. Somatic is anything causing pain outside of our body. Visceral is anything causing the pain inside of my skin, inside my body. Okay, so real quick for somatic, we're talking musculoskeletal issues or sore muscles, cuts, ingrown toenail, sprains, strains, that kind of thing. And visceral would be your internal organs, cramping, that achy muscle, tension feeling. That's all visceral, non-nociceptive. Okay. Then we have non-nociceptive. It also has 2 subdivisions. Neuropathic. Neuropathic is easy. That's nerve pain. The easiest example is I have a pinched nerve. That is a non-nociceptive pain in the neuropathic region. We also have sympathetic in the non-nociceptive, And the sympathetic, if you can remember, is our part of the nervous system that controls things we can't control, like breathing, heartbeat, body temperature, the flow of your blood, that kind of stuff. So if you get into a car accident and let's say you rupture a spleen, you have a um, sympathetic, non-nociceptive classification of pain. Okay. The last one is referred pain. It's probably the weirdest because you feel the pain, but it's different from where the pain originates in the body. Best example, heart attack. Pain originates in heart, but people feel it in their arm or in their back, and some people even in their lower back. So nothing to do with the heart in those regions, but that's where they're feeling the symptom of pain. And so that's called a referred pain. Okay, so a medical approach to pain. These are all going to sound very familiar to you. This is what they ask. Um, where's the original site of pain? Other areas affected by the pain? Type of pain? Activities that influence it, whether it make it worse or better. What irritates it or aggravates it the most? How does it affect your individual mood or the ability to function? So those are the common approach to finding out about your pain. Not one time did they mention inflammation in this. Knowing now that inflammation is the root of the pain and it is also the symptom that's telling us that there's something deeper and more wrong. So without the mention of inflammation, we have an incomplete care plan. And that bothers me. So I've always gone into a holistic where we are very highly effective. We take into consideration all the way down to the cellular level so that we are getting to the root of the cause of the inflammation, which is the cause of the pain. Both are symptoms, one leading to the next symptom. Okay? So with us, um, we want to start to interrupt the continuous chronic inflammation. Okay? We're going to start with the adrenal gland to do so. So this is where a wellness consult would come in and we would actually personalize um, this to your needs. So also just lastly, nutrition is foundation. And so if you are in a solid foundation nutritional plan, then all of your cells can receive the holistic essential oils because of the carbon-based and it's whole food carbon-based. It's like a puzzle piece that fits together perfect for us, and it can do its job to help the body help itself that much better naturally. I'm going to stop there. I hope that helps everything that's coming your way this week. And I am excited. I cannot wait to see the post tomorrow and then chat with you guys tomorrow night with all of your questions, concerns, or just shares and stories. All right? Have a great day. Love and wellness your way. Sorry for the length. Bye bye.